Hey guys, before we go bananas with Danny Sabatello, Titan FC, let's thank a couple of our sponsors. Fusion CBD products. I use them on the daily. Still in my prime, I use the Fusion CBD Instant Freeze. It takes care of my body, joints, lower back, everything you need. Fusion CBD Instant Freeze. And absolutely get that Fusion coffee beans. In the morning, before you go to bed, Fusion Coffee Beans, it's where it's at, guys. Check them out on Instagram at Fusion CBD Products. Also, WarhammerFightwear.com. Check them out, Warhammer Fightwear, great company based in Florida. Okay, Warhammer Fightwear has got the gear for the ladies, the men and the kids, the trucker hats. They got the leggings for the ladies, and of course, they got those rash guards for the guys when we roll in the gym. But check out Warhammer Fightwear on Amazon.com, or just go to the mother site, guys, WarhammerFightwear.com. Let's go bananas with Danny Sabatello. All right, guys, on the Fight Bananas hotline, Titan FC 58 main event. Danny Sabatello, how you doing, my man?
Doing awesome, man. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, brother, man. You guys had a good Thanksgiving. Happy holidays to you?
Yeah, I was down here in Florida for Thanksgiving.
Yes, sir.
I'm initially from Chicago, so I didn't really get to spend time with family and friends up there, but kind of just focused on training for Thanksgiving.
Yes, sir. And the portions were a little smaller this year?
Yeah, absolutely, with that big weight cut coming up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bantamweight championship on the line. Let's get into it. Main event, Titan FC 58, which Titan FC, to me, they've been on fire. One of the hottest, you can't even call them regional anymore. They're on UFC Fight Pass. They're just a, top 5, top 7 organization in the mixed martial art game. You're the main event. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's awesome, especially on a platform like Titan.
Yes, sir.
I feel like everybody now knows who they are, so it's just great exposure for me, for Titan. It's just good for everybody. But, yeah, I feel good going into it. I'm pretty confident about it, so I'm just getting excited to showcase my skills.
Absolutely. And do you think it's a great benefit being on UFC Fight Pass? We do a lot of stuff here with Island Fights, and they're on UFC Fight Pass. And it just seems, of course, if you get wins, and if you get wins in the main event like you are at Titan FC 58 December 20th, the UFC calls you. It's just like the natural, organic pathway to the UFC. Is that an extra benefit to be on UFC Fight Pass main event?
Yeah, absolutely. And anytime you can get that kind of exposure, it's good. And people from the UFC, Sean Shelby, Dana White, with giving them the access to watch your fights, it's only good. But not just for them, but just for anybody, fans out there, family, friends, anybody that wants to watch any of my fights, they can just go on to UFC Fight Pass and watch it. So it's just a great platform.
Oh, absolutely. It's just, they're over 40 countries. You can just rewatch it anytime you want. It's that great app on your phone. It's just 2019 going into 2020. It's just what we do.
Right.
You have anything particular, any kind of details or any kind of, with your opponent, Rivera? Is everything all right with him?
Yeah, I don't really scout too much. I don't
Okay.
watch too much film. I kind of leave that up to my coaches, just in case he's got like some crazy stuff, spinning, back fist, stuff like that.
Right.
But I do know he's a southpaw, and he's going to be, I think, a good amount shorter than me. So, I know that. I'll have to use my distance to everything. But other than that, I don't really respect him, or I don't really respect any of my opponents. I don't watch their stuff. Beat me and I'll watch you fight. But, going into it, I don't know too much, but I like it that way. I like focusing on myself because I know I get to my stuff, I get to my attacks, and no one will beat me.
Right. You don't want to overthink it. If you play your game and your striking game, or however your methods are that night, if you just do you, usually Shock This World gets the W. Undefeated, 6-0. Definitely check out my man on Instagram too. Great handle, Shock This World. I love that. I saw that you got that win last time, Titan FC. And they kind of just put that out there, like, Shock This World. I was like, oh, let me check him out. And it's just one of those things that kind of grabs you. So everyone listening, definitely check him out on the IG. You mentioned it about your coaches. The Fight Bananas, there's just no doubt about it. We have a major crush on American Top Team down there. Just the best in the world. You know what I mean? You want to follow the best, watch the best. Talk about the insane momentum ATT down this 2019 year was just incredible for you guys. Can you just talk about the aura of the gym right now?
It's just insanely high, just because we have absolute killers going. And the good thing, we've been fortunate enough to just keep racking up W's. We're on a good streak right now. We got UFC champs, Bellator champs, ONE FC champs, all types of different champs. But yeah, it's awesome for me because I get to just go in every single day and just train with these champions and just get myself better, get them better. Everyone's just getting better. We just got a room full of killers over there.
Oh, absolutely. And so I talked to, for one, they absolutely have the best female room in mixed martial arts. I talk to Kayla and Kayla all the time, Jillian, Ioana, Amanda, just it goes on and on and on. Mm-hmm. And also, of course, I think they were known a little bit for their heavyweights. JDS is down there and Greg Hardy, and they got some monsters down there. And then, of course, the welterweights, and we'll get into Georgie, we'll get into Colby later, all that. But if I could say, you guys have this great swell of, bantamweights, featherweights, flyweights, the whole, Juan Porta, Mike Beast Boy Davis, Chase Batwell, Showtime. We just saw a video of you, American Top Team, you training, Charles Rosa. You guys are just on fire in those couple weight classes.
Yeah.
You said it, working with those killers. How is it day in and day out? You're literally practicing, sparring, training with the absolute best of the best in the mixed martial art game.
Yeah, it's awesome because, if you can compete with these guys, then you could compete with anybody. And everyone's got a different look. Everyone's got a different style. I'll go with Pedro Munoz one day and Marlon Moraes another day. And you just get all these different stylistic matchups that is it's good for your confidence because, sometimes if you go into a fight against a guy that you haven't really seen his style, you don't really know what to expect. But when I have all these different styles at American Top Team and I can go with them, depending on my opponent matchup, then I know what's coming in the fight and I've felt it before.
Right.
So it's just good, not just for, the exposure and the experience, but it's good for your confidence just knowing, hey, I've seen this guy. I've won against a southpaw. I've won against a karate guy. I've seen all this. I know what they've got and I know how to stop it. I know the offense to it and I know all that. So, overall, it's mind blowing how good of a gym it is and how much better it gets you. If you're at a gym like American Top Team and you're not succeeding, then it's on you. The formula is there, the recipe is there. You just got to listen to your coaches and just train hard against all these killers, and you'll be right where you want to be.
Absolutely, my man. 26 years old. To me, it's the perfect age. It's that sweet age of, especially the mixed martial artists. You've gained enough knowledge. You're usually at that age, your body is just perfect. It's right. You're not too old, not 35, 37, 39, whatever it is. Do you feel that way right now? 26, entering your prime, big time main event, going to go 7-0, maybe UFC early 2020. Do you feel that right now, 26 years old in your prime?
Yeah, absolutely. Everything's just rolling right now. I've been fortunate enough to have all these W's in exciting fashion too. But being 26, it's good because I get to go into practice each day and I'm not really too sore. I don't have these injuries and these nagging, throbbing things. I just get to go in there and kind of just focus on my training. So when I'm racking up W's and I feel good, everything just feels like it's right where it needs to be.
Oh, that's awesome, brother. We're talking to Danny Sabatello, main event, Titan FC 58, UFC Fight Pass, December 20th, right before Christmas, right before the holidays. I always ask this question. I'm always intrigued about it. Just been a student of the fight game for, upwards of 20 years now. What was one of the moments? What was that moment where like, oh, hey, you told your family, you told your dad, you told your uncle, whoever it was, you're like, I'm going to be a UFC fighter because of, what was that moment?
I was a little kid. I always loved fighting. I was a wrestler growing up, but I always knew at the tail end of my wrestling career, when I was done, I was going to go into fighting. And I think my family knew this, and I think they believed me, but they didn't know how far I would take it. I know a mother doesn't always want her son to get punched in the face for a living. Right. But yeah, even she knew, everyone kind of knew I was going to give it a try. But I don't think they knew I was going to move my life from Chicago down to South Florida just to be all in on this type of thing.
Right. That's funny you said that. It's like, yeah, my mom's like, dude, you're talking about MMA. You have to do something else with your life. And I'm not even a fighter. I don't even get punched, and they're eerie about what I'm doing.
Exactly.
But UFC 245 is right around the corner. A lot of momentum, especially for you guys down there with American Top Team, with Amanda Nunes versus JDR. Colby in the main event versus Usman. I would love your take. Let's just take one at a time. Amanda versus GDR. I believe Amanda Nunes, bar none, the greatest female fighter of all time. And to I hate saying this, but I even feel like she's underrated. I don't think the masses realize how great of not just of a female fighter, just of a mixed martial artist she is.
Right. Oh, I 100% agree. I also think she's the greatest of all time, and I don't really necessarily think it's close. I don't think she gets really the exposure that she deserves,
right?
Because just her personality, she doesn't talk that much. But yeah, when she goes out there, she just dominates these other females, and I know it probably sounds biased because we're at the same gym, but I really have a lot of respect for her, and I think she is the GOAT.
She is, man. And we went through the list. We had a breakdown of UFC 245, which you can listen to and subscribe on the Fight Bananas podcast on any podcast platform. But we went down her list, like who she's fought, when Amanda stopped her, and it's just like it's the females 2 through 7. Like she's literally beat every top end female in the world. And she's incredible. Also in the featherweight championship, Max Holloway versus Alexander the Great. Who do you see winning that one?
I know that Alexander guy is racking up those W's, and he's got a lot of hype behind him. But I think Max is too good. He's one of my favorite fighters. I think Max will get it done. He's just got a lot of experience at big fights, and I think he'll take care of business.
Yeah, 6 straight years winning in the featherweight division. So, when you got 6 years of wins against top-end quality in the UFC featherweight division, it's you lean that way. And, of course, the main event, a crazy rivalry with Usman and Colby Covington. And I know there's just a lot of chatter right there with Covington and Georgie and all that. How do you think that welterweight championship, this grudge match, the main event, last UFC of the year, how do you think that's going to sway?
Yeah, I think Colby's going to take care of it. I like Colby because he wears American Top Team across his chest.
Yes,
I know there's a lot going on within the gym, him and Georgie, but to me, anytime somebody's going to wear American Top Team, I'm going to have their back. That's who I am. I'm a loyal person, but not just that I want Colby to win. I think he will win.
Right.
The guy's got just stellar skills. He might not have that knockout power that everybody wants to see, but you see what he did against what's his name? RDA. And he just pieced him apart. Or Lawler, I'm sorry. And he just pieced him apart.
Oh yeah, his pace is just unbelievable. Everyone thought he was just going to take down Robbie for 25 minutes, and he didn't. He stood up a lot with them, and he just he gets the job done. He's on an amazing roll. I wish, first round management's down there, and they're super close with Georgie Masvidal. I just wish they're playing a game with us. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, behind the scenes, you got Colby and you got Georgie. They're shaking hands. They're like, okay, we're going to fight for the $5 million purse because we're making it such a good rival. But, yeah, you never want teammates to fight like this, especially you guys down there. The momentum is just so unreal. The 2019 year, almost everyone, not even the top-notch guys. There's so many budding superstars. I love my man Sidney Outlaw. Guys on fire down there. Like I said, all the girls. Kayla Harrison's about to win the PFL title. Just so much good momentum. I would hate to see, a little bitter rivalry going down there. But being a bantamweight, being in Titan FC main event, there's always a name I got to bring up. I wouldn't be doing a good job if I didn't. And that's Henry Cejudo, the UFC bantamweight champion. It's usually 50-50. Usually people really like him, respect him, the champ, or they despise him, cringe, all that. So where are you at on the UFC bantamweight champion, Henry Cejudo?
Yeah, I don't like him. And I'm not just saying that because I don't like anyone in my weight class, but I don't think he's good for the sport. And I just, as a person, I don't like him. The cringe monster or whatever he is, I don't even think he's cringy. I just find him so uninteresting. When I listen to the guy talk, it's not funny. I see everybody laughing at his jokes and everything. And I don't think the guy is funny, and I don't think like he's someone that I would ever want to be around. He's not a funny guy. He's kind of a dork to me. But I know he's a good fighter. He's got a wrestling background, obviously, with the Olympic championship, but that's a guy that I see myself fighting later on down the line and hopefully beating the shit out of him.
UFC 278 co-main event, Henry Cejudo versus Danny Sabatello. That's got a ring to it, Danny. That's got a nice ring to it. I like that.
I like it. I know. I'm getting chills just listening to it.
Let's go, my man. First, December 20th, Titan FC 58, Danny Sabatello in the main event. Follow this guy on Instagram, Shock This World, one of the best handles in the business. Danny, man, we appreciate your time. It's going to be a great December for you. We can't wait. Fireworks going down there, UFC Fight Pass Fort Lauderdale. My man, the floor is yours. Any kind of sponsors, any kind of plugs, shout-outs, anything you want, jokes, hey, the floor is yours.
Hey, no, nothing really. Just watch me beat the shit out of everyone in the game, and I'm going to take over the UFC. That's it.
Point well taken. I love it. Danny Sabatello, appreciate your time. We'll talk to you real soon, my man.
Hey, thanks for having me, bro.
Later, brother. That was it. Danny Sabatello, main event, Titan FC 58. That's December 20th, guys, on a Friday. I love when they do the Fridays and Thursdays. I really do. Saturdays are the UFC night. It is what it is. And there's, a lot of big boxing events coming up. Bare Knuckle is doing a lot of big stuff. I know they have a big show Super Bowl weekend, but I love when Titan FC and Island Fights, they do like that Friday or Saturday or Thursday fight. I love it. So Friday, December 20th, it's going to be a great show. Unbelievable show. I can't wait. The MMA debut of Uli Monster. We just had him on the Fight Bananas podcast. A great co-main event in the heavyweight division. I'm talking about Usman versus Cato. Just awesome fight. And then, of course, the main event, 135 pounds. We got Irvin Rivera versus our main man, Danny Sabatello, American Top Team Strong. Wow. Big fan. I was a fan already, and then after you talk to him, I love his grit. I love how loyal he was. He's like, hey, he's got American Top Team on his chest. I got him. You know what I mean? And hey, I respect that immensely. And I love he doesn't want to talk shit, but he does talk shit. He's like, I'm just going to beat the shit out of the division. I love it. Danny Sabatello. Everyone give this man a follow. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. It's 2019. You know where to go. You know what I mean? Just follow him. Guys, the Fight Bananas podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow me, Maya, David Van Auken, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Spell it correctly. David Van Auken. Guys, we're out, man. What a great show with Danny Sabatello. What a great week, 2 weeks we've had here on the Fight Bananas podcast. Make sure you check with us daily. We got articles going up on fightbananas.com. Check out the Twitter game, Fight Bananas, Instagram, Fight Bananas Official. Wow, we're going bananas. There we go, guys. Danny Sabatello, Titan FC 58. Continue success, my man. Let's go.